A very common pattern, you might notice that the club works a little bit steep in the downswing. The club works out in this direction towards the golf ball. You might see a lot of early rotation of the body, in which case sometimes you'll hit a straight pull to the left, or oftentimes you might compensate, start to lose your posture in order to get the club down onto a better swing path, but in doing that creates difficulty for contact. So often when you see these characteristics from down the line, we can bring that back to the start of the swing. So a very common pattern is when the arms are traveling much faster than the body. So they're out of sequence. And oftentimes this happens when the body doesn't turn in the backswing. So the body stays a little bit too static and the arms swing to the top of the backswing. So often what you'll see with this, you might see some over swinging of the arms to try and generate some momentum. And often the key to stop over swinging in this scenario and getting the arms a little bit more in front of the body is to work on the body pivot. So getting the knees, the hips, and the torso to work a little bit better in the backswing. So it might appear that the shoulders have rotated there, but really when you look at the torso, when you look at the chest and the stomach, you can see they're pretty much still pointing down towards the golf ball. So maybe the shoulders have rotated independently of the torso, which can happen. And when we're under-rotated in the backswing, we often become over-rotated in the downswing. So the key here really is to increase our rotation in the backswing and decrease it in the downswing. So a really nice drill you can do for this, if you set up with an alignment stick, so put the alignment stick straight through your belt loops and have the alignment stick come out your trail hip a little bit longer. So this is going to be a good representation of the pelvis turn. And you can also put a club across the shoulders. So the first thing I'll often do with players is just work on the pivot motion of the torso, the hips, and the knees. So the alignment stick through the belt loops gives a good visual representation of the hips turning on a tilted angle and the shoulders also turning on a tilted angle. So we're looking for maybe the hips to rotate maybe 45, shoulders, torso 90, and we'll see this lead knee work in and this trail knee work back. Now that's typically what's missing in this pattern in the backswing here, when the arms are working behind the pivot and then we struggle with the sequence in the downswing. So once we've got a feeling without the club essentially, then you can take the club in. When you've got the golf club and you're making some swings, this alignment stick is going to be pretty much in your way. So you're going to have a sensation of the trail side working back, lead side working forward. And you're going to see how the alignment stick is beginning to rotate there. Shoulders are beginning to rotate, which is what's missing here in the left swing through takeaway, just the arms, so they work behind the body. So by the time we get up to just coming up to halfway back, we're going to start to see this lead knee in a more flexed position, the trail knee in a slightly more extended position. And the result of that is the hands and the arms now start to work a little bit more in front of the chest rather than the trail arm and the hands working behind the chest. And players will often find that their backswing gets a bit shorter when they improve their pivot motion, their turn. So essentially what we've done there, we've increased turn in the backswing, and then in the downswing, the sensation then is because this alignment stick is here, we're going to try and have the sensation that the pelvis remains close to the target, the torso remains close to the target. So as you work down into your delivery, you're having the sensation that the arms are lowering without the body opening up too early. So really at that point, the hips are still close to the target. Alignment stick through the belt loop gives you a really good feel for that. And also the shoulders are still close to the target. So that's what's different in this pattern where we might swing a little bit too far out to in. You'll see at that point of the swing, we've got a lot more rotation here through the torso and the hips. So improving this body action, increasing rotation in the backswing, decreasing rotation in the downswing, we give the chance for the club to then work on a much different swing path through the ball, essentially changing your backswing and downswing sequencing. But for this pattern in particular, it all starts with what's happening in the backswing. So sequencing up the backswing, working on the pivot, the alignment stick drill is very useful for this. And then slowly chip away some golf balls, getting used to that new backswing pivot and sequence motion.